Hey guys, what's up? This is definitely a type of video I have never done on my channel. It's not something I planned, it just happened the other day and I thought it was a funny experience. And it's about a topic that I think is interesting right now, and it has to do with leaks in gacha games and whether or not it's a good thing or if it's not. So the context is that on a random day I was really bored, it was way past my bedtime, but I was staying up and I was browsing Twitch and some Wuwa streamers. Because that's the game I'm playing right now and I've been playing it since it came out and I really like it. And I was just browsing some streamers and I clicked on a random one and she was having a discussion with a chatter and I engaged in that discussion, and then she pulled me up and we had a little back and forth. But obviously it's not the same when the streamer is responding to you verbally and you just have so many seconds to type out the response and you can't really convey your thoughts and ideas fully. So I decided to make this video as a kind of like a full response, not to her, but to like the world, you know, just to put it out there, because like I said, it's an interesting topic and my thoughts on it is that leaks are great. I think leaks existing is a good thing. Whether or not how much they're spread around, that might be an issue, but I don't think the solution is to get rid of leaks. I think leaks should exist and people should stop sharing them so much, I think. So let's just get into it. Here we go.
Wait, hold on. What's happening? What is happening? Sure, it's okay to not like leaks, but it's not a big deal. To you. To you, right? For you. Everything gets leaks. I go online and see 1,000 spoilers from Arcane. Gacha character leak is not the same. You get to play it anyway. Huh?
So basically I was responding to a guy in the comments who compared leaking a character in a gacha game to leaking a TV show. He was like, oh, it's just as bad. And I was responding that, no, it's not the same, obviously. Getting a story spoiler from a TV show, a screenshot that shows where the character ends up or what their new look is, like who's dead, who's alive, like key moments from the story and the plot, having those leaked in a screenshot or a clip is much worse than seeing a design of a character in a video game, because most of your experience enjoying that content will come from actually playing the game yourself. It's like comparing watching a movie to playing a video game. Same reason why video game movies suck ass, because when you're playing those games and you're doing those actions, you feel better, it feels better. So watching those things on the big screen, you just don't get the same engagement from it. So the main engagement from TV shows and movies come from the story and the things you see. So once that's spoiled, it's over. The whole experience is ruined because that's all it can provide you, just a visual presentation. But just seeing a character's kit or seeing a character's design does not automatically destroy your whole experience, because your main experience will come from getting that character, playing that character, using that character in specific team comps, and beating bosses and playing the game and using them in overworld and everything else that you do in a gacha game. Playing the character is where the most of your enjoyment comes from. So just seeing it early and getting spoiled, even if it's their kit, no, it's not the same thing.
I just want to wait till the moment. Why is that so hard to understand? Not really seeing a screenshot of a character who you think is dead being alive is not the same thing as knowing gameplay. I agree they're not the same, but it's just like the premise. It's just kind of, I don't know what's happening anymore, man. I don't know what's happening anymore, bro. It's like, why is it such an insane take to be like, hey, most people don't like to look at leaks. They just want to wait till the right moment to make it more impactful to them. Why is that an insane, crazy take to have these days? I don't.
It's just, you're blaming the leakers for just doing it. So your solution is just to get rid of leaks. And I don't know, ban leakers from leaking, and you're blaming them as the source of this negativity that shouldn't exist in the first place, in your opinion, which is a wrong opinion, in my opinion, which I'm gonna get to it later, why leaks do more good for an average player than not having them around would.
I don't understand. What unique experience do you get from waiting? Waiting is like foreplay edging. It's the excitement for a character. That's what it is. It's the whole point of a gacha game.
I'm also gonna respond to some comments. This guy said hype. Yes, leaks build hype. That's why people are sharing them, because it's hype. People see a new character that's leaked, they're like, oh my god, it's amazing, and they share it. That's hype. That builds hype. Leaks build hype. Another comment here. Someone liked the enjoyment of discovering stuff themselves. Yeah, you discover leaks yourself also. Like, I don't understand how it's different than seeing official official video being posted on the Woo account on YouTube and you discovering that, and you also discovering a leak. It's actually hard to find the leaks because you actually have to go to places where they will be shared because it's against the TOS and most channels don't even allow leaks.
Listen, if you like leaks, that's fine. If you like leaks, that's fine. But like, go and observe them in their own spaces. Don't share them publicly. Go have your own little corners where you do that. Why does everybody else have to see them? It's just
I mean, yes, people do that. That's how they are. That's where leaks are. It's the people who find the leaks that are sharing them, not the leakers. The leakers post them at these proper channels, and then people see those posts and they repost them.
Inconsiderate. It's just inconsiderate. That's all. People that like leaks don't do foreplay. Prove me wrong. So true, Shinya. To be fair, they're probably nerds who have never had sex, so that's probably another reason.
Sick burn, I guess. I didn't know we were back to the fucking 80s, but hey, whatever. That's not the important conversation here.
Like, to me, if I'll end up seeing a leak by accident, I'll just be like, okay, I've seen it now, whatever. But then I just won't be surprised when the character comes out. Don't be surprised when people aren't hyping the characters up. Don't be surprised when people aren't hyping characters up when everyone's seen what they do and what they are. You know what I mean? And what they look like in-game. We've not even seen, like, in-game models properly of them yet. Foreplay is a whole other topic. Yep. I actually enjoy...
People are more hyped when they see the leaks. If there was no hype and people didn't care, they wouldn't be reposting those posts. But it's a conversation I'm gonna get into more when she reads more of my comments.
Oh my goodness, why do we have to have it? It's still a first reaction. You see it early. Yeah, we see it a month early. So now when they come out, we don't care as much.
Yes, a lot of people, maybe you don't personally, that's fine. But yes, a lot of people do. It's like when you see someone driving a nice car, you don't go, you know what would suck? Me owning that car in a month. God damn it. No. When you see something cool, you want to do it yourself. It doesn't matter if you have to wait for a month. If you have to wait for a month, it builds up even more hype. So even more excited. No one sees a cool thing that they can have and they say, you know what? This is gonna suck when I get it.
You realize that, right? You realize that things like that directly impact the hype of like 2.0?
No, it's actually really helping the hype. In every gacha game ever, leaks have always brought more hype. And most people, majority of players, don't even care or see the leaks. People who are just enjoying the game by themselves, they will see that content anyway at some point. They will experience the game, whatever the update is, by themselves. They don't care. The other people who really are dedicated and really follow the game and like they're invested so much that they follow all the pages on the social media, they're researching, they're trying to min-max their accounts, they're trying to find out what's the next thing coming up so they're prepared as well as they can. Those people really care about this. So to them, finding something early brings them more hype. It doesn't kill their hype. They're actively looking for a new thing because at that point, they already finished everything else. Like right now, we're at 1.4. I've cleared every content. I've done everything in the game. I have 100% of everything. There's nothing else for me to look forward to. So without leaks, I'll be just sitting here, like doing my dailies for 10 minutes and then leaving. And that kills my hype because I don't know what's coming if there are no leaks. But because I know what's coming, I'm preparing accordingly. And I'm looking forward to it.
Directly impact like 2.0 and how people will perceive it. Like a month in advance, right? More than a month in advance. And also the way they present it is such a like for example, do you know what was really good? The Camellia trailer, when they actually like did the character kit showcase, was really cool. That's an amazing way to have a first time impression of her kit. Everybody who saw her kit beforehand and how it worked is not as impressed by the thing they released by the actual company, right?
Okay, so now she's saying that if you never knew about Camellia's kit in advance and you saw that official gameplay trailer that Akuro Games put out on their YouTube channel, seeing that for the first time would have been more impressive if you didn't know her kit in advance. And sure, yes, that could be correct. If you were completely blind and that was the first content of Camellia's gameplay you saw, you would have been impressed. I personally have seen her leaks. I knew what her kit did. However, at that time, I was still indecisive. When I watched the trailer, it didn't diminish my enjoyment of the trailer. It was a great trailer. In fact, the trailer helped me decide to roll for her. Her kit had me interested. The trailer and the story sold me on her. And because I knew she had the potential for me to be interested in her and want her, I had saved enough to actually acquire her.
That's just how it works. So you don't care to play them and use them? Of course I care to play them and use them. Seeing a clip is the same as owning? I'm not saying that at all. We're talking about first impressions, dude.
If something is actually impressive to you, you will be impressed regardless where or when you see it. I've seen some leaks from the 2.0, and guess what? There's a character there who really impressed me. I just saw a still image, a low quality still image, and that impressed me. Now, if I didn't see that and I waited for a month or even 2 months, because it's so far ahead, because it's not going to be probably released at 2.0. And if I see the character in the trailer for the first time, will that be impressive? Probably, but that will do more harm because I might not have saved for them.
Impressions and hype really matter in gacha games. First impressions and hype really matter in gacha games.
And the people who see those leaks clearly get hyped and clearly get really great first impressions. That's why they're sharing them. And they're literally spreading the information to as many people as possible in advance. So if anything, it builds more hype because now this information is shared to more people.
Why do leak enjoyers have to go to defend leakers like it's so hard? I don't know why.
I mean, why does anyone defend anything? If you disagree with something, you probably have an argument against it.
Drop marketing show designs. It's the same.
Typo, okay. I meant to say drip marketing. For me, I like getting my hands on a character and see what the new toy in the store can do and whether I want to pull for it or not. Yeah, no one is taking that away from you. Like, leaks are not stopping you from doing that. You will still get to play them, dude. Like, you will still... Leakers are not stealing your video game and stealing your character. They're not playing the game for you. They're just showing you what to expect. And you don't have to see it. Sometimes what we see early can skew the expectation. Knowing in advance if you will like something or not is not a bad thing. It just gives you more time to prepare.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why are we all defending leaks so much?
Why are you arguing against it? It's a conversation.
Drip marketing shows their designs, yes. Yes, but when people have already seen the designs, guess what? The drip marketing doesn't do as well. People don't bother to, like, interact with it as much to begin with, right? Then when we talk about character animations and kit animations, a month plus before they actually drop, guess what? When they release their demo of the character, people probably aren't going to be as impressed as quickly. Content creators will fake their reactions because guess what? They've seen it before because of leakers.
This one point you're saying is that one of the reasons leaks are bad is because the content creators see the leaks early, and then when it comes to the time for them to actually react to the official release trailer, they're forced to fake their reactions. I mean, content creators fake their reactions regardless. I don't know if you know this, but they don't really care about being authentic. Being authentic does not get you the views. You gotta overreact and hype things up a bit to get a proper reaction and be more over the top. No one's sitting there, oh, interesting, yes, very, I might like this character. No, content creators overhype and fake their reactions all the time, regardless if they know the leaks or not.
Oh, so it's the people's fault. Oh, so it's the people's fault and not the leakers' fault. Oh, chat, it's our fault. It's our fault and not the leakers' fault for leaking. Oh, it's the people's fault. Oh, it's our fault. Chat, it's our fault whenever we go through Twitter. What? What? This is insane. Every time I go on Twitter, you actively go and look at it, it's your fault. Oh my god, you know how Twitter works?
Yes, it is people's fault. Because you're blaming the leakers. The leakers are not the problem. It's the people who are sharing the leaks that are the problem. Now, why are they doing that? I don't know. Maybe they want clout. Maybe they want to get some engagement. Maybe they're so hyped about the character, they want everyone else to see. Whatever the reason is the people who repost and share these leaks to as wide amount of audience as possible that are at fault. You're not seeing the leaks directly from the leakers. If you go on Twitter and you see a post, you're seeing a repost that some random guy made of the leaks they saw on Telegram or some shit, right? So yes, it's the people's fault because people are the one sharing the leaks and spreading them further.
I interact with Wuthering Waves content. I go on Twitter. I am met with leaks without my consent.
I mean, you chose to be a Wuthering Waves content creator, number one. You have social media, number two. Number three, you interact with these groups to the point where the algorithm shows you these posts because it knows that's what you engage with. You kinda expect to see leaks at that point. I mean, okay, even if you didn't know that you would see leaks, do you know now? Okay, then now you know that leaks will be shown to you by doing these things that you engage with. What do you value more? Do you value more not seeing the leaks or being a Wuthering Waves content creator who also has social media and engages with these groups and all these things? Which one outweighs the other? Which is more important, seeing leaks or being a content creator? You can't have one without the other. It comes with the territory. Yes, when you're this deeply engaged with anything, not just a gacha game, when you're this deep into something, whatever it may be, you will be exposed to more things about that thing.
Because it gets recommended to me. Because everybody looks and shares them, right? I don't actively look for them.
Okay, this literally disproves her previous point, which was it kills the hype. When you see these leaks a month in advance, it kills the hype. If people are so excited that you see it everywhere, you literally cannot avoid the leaks. There are so many leaks everywhere you go on social media, you literally cannot avoid them. You don't want to see them, but you're forced to see them because they're everywhere. They're unavoidable. Doesn't that prove that people are actually hyped about it and people actually care enough that they spread it so much? Is it the opposite of killing the hype, that there's so much hype that it's unavoidable?
They appear in my social media feeds because leakers post them and people repost them. It is not our fault.
You literally said what I said. It's the people's fault because they're the ones reposting it and spreading it more.
Block those pages. Guess what? I've already seen the pages at that point. And once you block one, 10 more pop up, buddy. 10 more pop up.
And you just keep blocking them. I mean, yeah, that's all you can do. You keep blocking them and hope that one day you'll get to a point where there's only gonna be like one page per week that you're gonna see that has leaks. And you block that also. And I mean, it's not an infinite number. At some point, hopefully it's gonna get better. I mean, what else can you do?
There are new leak pages every single day. So you're saying it's our fault, not the leaker's fault?
I'm not saying it's your fault for being exposed to it. I'm saying it's people's fault who spread them. Leakers are not making 5,000 accounts and making 10,000 posts about the leaks. It's the people who are sharing them. So you're seeing this amount of leaks because there are that many people sharing them. If I'm driving and some guy hits me with a car, I don't curse the name of fucking Henry Ford, you know? I curse the guy because he was the one who did it. It's his fault.
That's insane. This is crazy. It's your fault that the leaks are on my TikTok For You page, guys. Chat, it's your fault.
Unironically, yes. Because the regular people are the ones sharing all those posts and reposting them, yes. So it is the chat's fault. It is those people's fault who are sharing these leaks constantly, yes.
The fuck? Yeah. Someone robbing a bank isn't at fault, but the people because they put the money there. Yeah, if I rob a shop...
That's a terrible analogy. You committing a crime and you participating in a crime that has already been done is not the same thing. A better analogy would be if you came across some stolen cash and you know for sure it's stolen, and you just take that cash and you spread it to other people. You just give it out to your friends and family. Now that's a better analogy. You're not committing the original crime, you're just spreading it to more people.
Shopkeeper, it's the shopkeeper's fault because they left the money in the till.
No, because again, you're the one who'll be committing crime in that case. Not exposing more people to a thing that was already stolen.
So they deserve to be robbed. They left the money in the till, so I robbed them, so it's their fault, really.
On a pawn shop and some guy brings in a fucking DVD player that's been stolen, and I know it's been stolen, and I buy that DVD player and I resell it. I didn't steal the DVD player. I just participated, spreading the stolen good, and that's my bad. It's not the same thing as me going and robbing someone.
Leaks are good. To be fair, leaks have a huge demand. Reality is what people what they want to see. Yeah, because they can't wait. Necessary for what? Again, you can make the argument seeing their kits and their pre-farm materials, as in like, are they your attacker? Are they gonna be a support? A general brief overview of what they are, and their pre-farm materials. Sure, I can see that, right? But full-on kit animations, you don't need to see that. Okay, for saving rolls. So,
well, first of all, you do need to see the kit, because you need to know what they do, so you know if you can actually use them. For example, I don't like guns as a weapon in Wuthering Waves. I don't like bows in Genshin. So if there's a character who I like visually, and then I see the leaks and I find out they're a gun user, now instead of saving for that character, I decide to look elsewhere. Because seeing the kit made me realize they had something I don't like. It also helps you decide who you do want. So once you see a character who in their kit has something that will boost the damage or improve the character that you already own, now you might want that character. So now you have enough time to actually save for them. Because you like the character you own, and you know basically their support is coming out, so you want to have them. You want to be ready.
oh, what? Okay, saving rolls is one thing. Character animations, how they look, how they're presented, everything to do with that. How their kits work intrinsically in detail does not need to be leaked.
People are looking for it because they want to know what a character does fully. They want to know their full kit before they decide to commit.
It does not need to be leaked.
They might not need to be leaked, but they are leaked. And for me, it's a great thing. I'm very grateful that leaks exist. They help me prepare, they help me decide which characters I want, which characters I need to save for. It's a great tool I can use to plan out my account.
Okay, but you're not answering my point. You're not answering my point. You're not answering my point at all. How long do you watch those Twitter vids? Oh my god. Takes 10 minutes of explanation. Just say you don't have a response. Just say you don't have a fucking response. Just say you don't have a response. You can't respond to it.
Okay, I'm not sure what point she's exactly referring to at this time. But my point here in the comment is that the kits are long. You can't just see a random post and immediately download the whole image into your brain, okay? You need to actually sit down and read it for like 10 minutes. Because kits these days are very long. Those descriptions on the skills, they're very long and complex. So even if you read for 10 minutes, you might not fully understand what even happens. That's why there's so many guides. That's why people make a living, just by reading the kits and explaining them and demonstrating them. Because people don't really understand that well just by reading through text. It's not enough for most people. That's why guide makers are popular. They do the reading for you and they explain it to you in a simple manner. So my point is, if you see a post of a kit, a screenshot of the whole text, you will not get spoiled unless you sit down and actively participate in reading it. How can you blame anyone else? Like, why did you read it? If you don't want to know, why did you read the whole post? Number one. Number two, if it's a video, especially the leaks that demonstrate the full combos, those are like 5 minutes long. So unless you're sitting down and watching a whole 5-minute video of the whole kit, there's no way a 2-second glimpse into an animation is gonna spoil anything for you. It's not enough time. Unless you're actively sitting there and either watching the whole video of the whole kit or reading the whole kit. If you're not engaging with it, you're not gonna be spoiled on 99% of what it is.
Chat, it's our fault. It's our fault. Yeah, it's our fault.
Sit down and read the kit, and if you sit down and watch the whole 5-minute video of the fucking skills, yes, it's your fault. Because you engaged into something you wanted to avoid. Don't engage with it. Don't watch it. Don't read it. If you see the post, scroll past it. It's very easy to scroll past it.
Oh, that's crazy. Everyone who supports leakers to get spoiled on the One Piece ending. Yep. Nah, if I ask again, no, I'm not gonna bother wasting my time with this conversation. I can answer to anything. Well, you haven't. I'll be real, dude. I'll be real. Like, listen, you're defending leakers more than like anything else, which is whatever. Again,
hey, I don't know what that even means. I mean, you don't know me, obviously. I don't know you. This is what I just popped into a chat and started arguing against a certain topic against some chatter, and then you pulled me up. So this is just one thing that I engaged in that you saw of me. So I don't know what this even means.
And I don't care if you personally go look at leaks. I just wish they were posted on my fucking timelines all the time.
Yeah, cool. I have wishes too, but I know it's not realistic. So I'm dealing with it. I'm just, okay, I guess it is what it is. I'm not gonna yell at a cloud for things existing. I acknowledge they exist, there's nothing I can do about it, and I deal with it the best way I can.
All the time, right? So that's it. That's it. Just go to your own little corners and your own little private groups to look at leaks.
Yeah, that's where they are. That's where, when I wanna go look at leaks, that's where I go. Now, if you're seeing them on your fucking recommendations on Twitter, then that's a repost from some random person.
Why do you have to share that everywhere?
I don't know anyone who's sharing it. I'm not sharing it. I like leaks. I go find where they are from the source. I look at them, and I get what I get from them. It's not my fault people share them. It's not the leaker's fault people share them.
That's all. Those leakers are imbecile people. Crazy how many people are pro leaks. I don't care if you look at leaks. Just don't fucking share them publicly. Holy shit.
Okay, then blame the people who share the leaks. Don't blame the leakers. Don't say that leakers shouldn't exist. It's not the leaker's fault. Blame the people who share the leaks. It's like your problem should be with the people who share the leaks. But you have a problem with the leakers themselves.
I mean, this. Oh, I don't care anymore. Colby, I don't care. I don't care to fuck to argue with you anymore, bro. I don't care to fuck to argue with you. This is my first time watching your content. This is live. This is amazing. It's people's fault for sharing. I'm not sharing. Oh, whoop-de-doo. But you're saying it's people's fault to like read them. It's our fault that we see them.
If leaks are reposted, it's the people who are reposting them. It's the people's fault who are sharing them. Not the leaker's fault, not my fault who reads the leaks. It's those people who share those leaks all over the place. They are to blame for that. I didn't force anyone to sit down and read the full kit of a leaked character. No, if you don't want leaks and you sit down and read the whole kit, it's your fault. It's not my fault. It's not the leaker's fault. Don't engage with it. It's very simple. Avoid it as much as you can.
It's our fault that we see them and not the people who post them. Hey, you can make your own fucking private groups, your own fucking private discords, and share leaks that way. Why do you have to share them?
And that's what people do. But other people take those and share them everywhere. They mass spread them.
Publicly. Why do you have to deal with it publicly? Holy shit. Leak is forbidden by the terming agreement is bad behavior. So you promote bad behavior? Yeah, exactly. Showing kits and stuff like that is literally against TOS.
God, you're gonna tell my mom? Like, yes, a lot of things are bad behaviors. Depends on the culture and environment, yes. Sweatshops are unethical and it's a bad behavior, but I bet you have a phone. How many things do you own that were manufactured unethically? How many things do you do? Do you flush your toilet paper? That's unethical, that's bad for the environment. Do you recycle? You don't recycle? That's bad for the environment, that's unethical, that's bad behavior. Like, if you just sit down and write down all the things that are bad behaviors that you do in your daily life, it'd be an unending list, bro. What is this, ethic police? You have to ask yourself is, who gets hurt in this? And who benefits from it? I'll tell you. Who gets hurt? People who don't wanna see a 2-second clip while they're scrolling through the Twitter of a leak. You know who benefits from this? Everyone else. People who wanna get hyped, they get hyped. People who wanna plan their account properly and plan their resource properly, they benefit from this. People who are indecisive whether or not they should roll on the current character whose banner is active right now, or if they should save for the future, they find out about leaks and they decide, oh, the future character that's gonna come after this one, I don't like them. So now they help me decide to roll on the current character. Or the opposite, they skip the current banner and they roll for the future character that they know will come out because they've seen the leaks. That's massive in any gacha game. In FGO, NA is 2 years behind JP. The game was released in the West 2 years after it was released in Japan. So all of West is playing 2 years behind. That means everyone is spoiled on everything current in FGO 2 years in advance. And that's huge. People plan out their whole accounts, their whole banners they're gonna roll on 2 years in advance. Without that, they wouldn't be able to get any characters. People see something that's released in FGO and JP today, and they're like, oh my god, I have 2 years to save. This is huge. This is not a case of leaks. This is official. It's just in this circumstance, the West is 2 years behind, so they're forced to be exposed to all of these things in advance. And FGO, before Genshin, was the #1 gacha game. And even now, in some months, it's still top 5 contender, especially in Japan.
it's 10 minutes. No one forces you to watch a 10-minute video of a wall of text. That's not what I'm talking about. You are now shifting the goalpost. You are now shifting the goalpost and making it seem like it's 10 minutes. Oh, but you spent 10 minutes. That's not what it is. We go on Twitter, we scroll, videos start auto-playing. And
how long does the video play? Do you just sit there for 20 seconds watching the video before you realize it's a leak? It should take you 1 second to realize you're watching a video of a leak. And at that point, you should scroll past it.
Animation start playing immediately. Do you know how Twitter works? Jesus Christ.
The ulti animation in WUWA is like 2 seconds. It will take you 1 second to realize it's a leak. Before the video even starts autoplay, it's probably gonna buffer for like a second. So the video will show you a screenshot, then it's gonna buffer for a second, and then it's gonna autoplay. So you have like 2 seconds to react to it. And even then, you haven't seen the full kit. You just saw a second of an animation. Even if it's 5 seconds, so what? So what if you see 5 seconds of an animation? Does that ruin the whole experience of a character? Come on.
Just keep them hidden in your own fucking spaces. It's not hard. It's not hard to understand. We don't have to sugarcoat $1 million gacha game companies.
Just say you're retarded. A very nice chat. Okay, very cool chat. This person will not get banned. A VIP, very nice. By the way, I don't care about this. I'm fine. You can call me retarded, I will call you retarded. It's fine. My point is that she just roasted a guy before she even brought me up.
You are being very rude to me, and you called me dumb for having a different opinion to you. Brother, you told everybody who doesn't like leaks to go touch grass. I'm the rude one? I'm the rude one? You told everybody who doesn't like leaks to go touch grass. You were rude first. Yeah, if English isn't your first language, I get it. Oh, he unfollowed. Oh, he unfollowed. Oh, no. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch.
She roasted some chatter who said leaks are good. But her whole point for roasting him was that, oh, you're being rude. So she roasted the guy for being rude. Meanwhile, this is her chat. And she doesn't do anything about that. So I'm just saying. I love hypocrisy.
Not really. Your issue is that you see a clip on Twitter. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yep. Yep. You don't get the point. Yep, but again, we go back to first impressions. We go back to first impressions. Obviously, when we have the character, it's different. But we're going back to first impressions that drive the hype for the game. Twitter just blasts you in the face, bro. It's just the image bad. At this point, you need to start banning. Yeah. Like, it's just like people have come to this stream specifically just to talk about defend leaks. This dude doesn't follow me. He's not subbed or anything. He's come to this stream specifically to defend leaks.
No, I wasn't hired by the deep state to come to your stream and defend leaks. I just randomly was browsing streams of WUWA because I was bored, and I just clicked through yours with some other streams, and I just saw the topic being discussed, and I engaged with the conversation.
And say that we're all the one in the wrong. So that's what it is. That's what it is. So unless you see the kit in tutorial, it's bad. What? I'm not saying tutorial. I'm not saying... Do you... Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit. No, why? Because I want to wait for this. I want to wait for this. I want to wait for this. This. This no longer becomes impressive once I've already seen her animations 2 months before she comes out.
This showcase is more than just a leaker standing there and clicking the abilities. That's like, you know what the leaks are? It's bare minimum, just a guy literally clicking the buttons and showing what they do. He's just standing in an empty area and he clicks the buttons of the skills and he shows off what they do. This is a showcase. People spend a lot of money on this, on the animations, on the presentation, on the music, on the voice acting, the translations for those voice acting. This is a whole presentation that required a lot of effort. So how does this become less of a value to you just because you know what the leaks are? Which again, could have been avoided. Again, you can avoid the full kits. You can avoid the animations. To some point, you can avoid it. You can avoid a lot of it. But even if you don't, even if you somehow stumbled upon a whole 5-minute video of demonstration and you saw the whole video, right? And you know exactly what she does. You know every second of her animation. Even then, it should not diminish the enjoyment of this presentation.
Guess what? Kuro released drip marketing for character animations before Camellia came out. Before Camellia came out. So what's your problem?
The problem is that it's not enough time. Even if they released this clip 2 weeks early, it's not enough time for someone who had no idea she was coming out to suddenly on the spot pull out 210 rolls. It's not feasible. The banners last for 20 days. It's not enough time for someone who just spent all of their savings on the previous banner to find out that their favorite character is coming out and they have no rolls left over. And now they have to either 1, spend money on the game, or 2, wait for months for the rerun. That's terrible. If you're a person who doesn't know about the leaks and Camellia is your favorite character and you just spend on the current banner not knowing she was coming out, you rolled on the current character, you spend all your savings, and tomorrow Kuro uploads this clip and shows up, hey, Camellia is coming in a week and the banner will last for 20 days, you will not have enough rolls to get her unless you get lucky. Because you can lose 50-50. Even if you have 70 rolls, that's just a coin flip. You might lose the coin flip. So bare minimum, every person should have saved up for the character they want to roll is 140 rolls. Around 140 rolls to guarantee that they will get the character. Soft PD starts around at 70 rolls. So that's 140 rolls, worst case scenario, that you will need to get the character that you want. And 20 days is not enough to save that much. If you saw the leaks, you probably already have some savings. You probably have some rolls. So instead of spending those rolls, you will save even more and you will guarantee the character. Also, you might want their weapon. If you like the character, you want their weapon. That's another 70 rolls. So in total, you need like 210 rolls to guarantee the character and their weapon in the worst case scenario. And if you see the leaks, you have plenty of time to save and at least get the character, for sure. That's the huge advantage of leaks. It helps you decide whether or not you should spend or you should save. What's coming out? Do you like the character now on banner or do you like the future character? That's how you plan out your account. And it's huge for free-to-plays because they don't have to spend money. They're not caged into this FOMO that a character they like just came out and they don't have enough rolls because they didn't know they were coming out. So now they're forced to either spend money or wait for months. That's terrible for an average player. Leaks benefit the average player. Just because you don't want to see a 2-second clip on Twitter doesn't mean it's worth sacrificing leaks and not having so many people get the characters they like and cage them into this predatory gacha system where they get hit with a character they didn't know that was coming out that they like, and now they're caged in. They don't know what to do. They're faced with huge FOMO. They want the character, but they don't have rolls. Now they're forced to buy it or wait for months.
Why? So explain to me this. Explain to me this, dude. Explain to me this. How? Like what? They literally give it to you. They literally will give it to you.
It's not enough time. It's not enough time in advance for you to have either saved or start saving. It's not enough time to get the character.
Suddenly this isn't as impressive when you already know what she does.
By the way, per patch in WoW we get around 60 to 80 rolls depending on the patch as a free-to-play. Slightly more if you pay for Battle Pass. So that's how many rolls you get per patch. So if you have no rolls and you see the trailer, you only basically get a coin flip, a chance, a 50% chance to get the character. Compare that if you knew she was coming out another month in advance, now you have double that. Because you have this current patch to save and the previous patch which you decide to save because you knew what was coming. So at that point, you guarantee the character that you want. Not just a coin flip, you guarantee the character that you want because you knew about it. You knew in advance because of the leaks. So instead of 1 month to save, you have 2 months to save. Instead of having a coin flip at a character, you guarantee them. This is huge. Oh, by the way, do you know how we know how many rolls we get per patch? Because of the leaks. So yes, that also helps you plan out because you know how many rolls you will get per patch and how much you need to save. Leaks are beneficial to an average player. That's a fact. You cannot change that. You cannot deny that. You not enjoying a few seconds of leaks because it hurts your first impressions is nothing compared to a person potentially missing out on their favorite character because they didn't know about it. Or, God forbid, spending hundreds of dollars to get a character in a video game. That's terrible. Leakers are massively helping an average free-to-play players. It's not even close. The benefits a player gets from knowing the leaks are insane.
So a full... Oh my god, you don't get the point. You don't get the point. You just don't get the point. Holy shit. Holy shit. What the fuck? So a full creative video with the music, presentation, animations is the same as a leaker doing combo. The point is that it's better. The point is that it's better and you get to see everything for the first time.
Sure, as a first impression, it's better to see this than see a leaker. But does that justify the potential of missing out on the character completely because you didn't know she was coming out? The downsides of not knowing leaks are way worse than a first impression. By the way, a first impression, like I said, first impression still could be great if you like someone. Like I said, I saw an image of a future character. My first impression is great. I'm very hyped. I can't wait. I'm already getting ready. I'm saving my rolls and I can't wait to get them. I can't wait because of the leaks. My first impression were great. When they put out an actual gameplay showcase officially, it's gonna be even better. I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna favorite it. I'm gonna like it. It's gonna be an awesome video. Me knowing the leaks doesn't diminish my enjoyment of anything else.
Your first impressions of this, if you've never seen the kit before, will be considerably higher, right? You'll have a lot more of enjoyment from this than a shitty leaker doing shitty combos and with the fucking animations. Is that like...
That shitty leaker is helping you get the character. So what would you rather have? A better, like 20% better first impression or the fucking character?
Is that hard to grasp? Like, what? Yeah, gameplay, character designs. You're just arguing for the sake of arguing. It's crazy. It's crazy. Imagine all Elden Ring bosses got leaked before the game itself. You get to play it anyway, so it's fine. Seeing official trailers is not the same.
Elden Ring is not on a timer where, hey, come fight this boss or it's gonna expire in 20 days. When you get the game, you get the game. You get all the bosses, so you can sit down, you can fight one boss today, you can fight the next boss 2 months down the line. It doesn't matter. You own the whole game. You don't have to get the bosses, they're already there. In gacha games, you have a limited amount of resources to actually acquire the characters that you want. Therefore, you need as much information as possible to pre-plan and save accordingly to get what you want. Especially, of course, if you're free to play. If you're a whale, you don't care. This is whale problems. If you're a fucking whale, you don't care about the leaks. Whatever comes out, you will buy it. Next thing comes out, you will buy it and you'll keep buying it every time. But as a free to play, you need to actually sit down and pre-plan your savings accordingly or you will miss out the characters that you want. That's the harsh truth.
Same thing as the guy's video. The entire production of the video is different. Sure, exactly. The whole production is different and that becomes your first impression. You know what? Oh, so now you're shifting the goalpost. So you're shifting the goalpost now. Now you're shifting the goalposts.
Waiting kills the hype for a lot of people. Actually, no. No. And it's clear from the amount of leaks being spread. And also, you're not being exposed to leaks all the time. If you see a character in a leak, you're like, okay, I love this character, I'm saving. Okay, now a month has passed, you forgot all about that. You're not thinking about it on a daily basis. If you are, then cool. But what that accomplished is that it made you decide to save. So now you know every time you log in, you will not spend your rolls, you will save them. And then when the character does come out, you're like, all right, here's the thing I was saving for. Here's the thing I was working towards to. This was my goal. Dude, if you have a goal and it takes longer than 2 months to achieve it, so your hype dies down, something is fucking wrong with you, man. It's like, imagine, it's like you wanna buy a house and you're like, oh my god, it's gonna take me like 2 years to buy a house. You know what? Fuck it. My hype will die down of acquiring my own house. So I'm not gonna do it at all. Like, what kind of logic is this, man? If you're excited for something, then the amount of time they will take you to acquire that should be irrelevant. Because once you actually get them, it should feel just as good. And the fact that you actually had enough time to prepare for it should only help you. Because if you're not ready and you actually want it and you don't have enough resources, you're not ready for it, missing out on it is worse. That's gonna feel much worse. Bro lost his 50-50 one too many times. Yeah, you know how much of 50-50s I lost? I lost 50-50s 50% of the time. Yes, that's how it works. It's 50% chance that you will not get the character that you want. It's not 20%, it's not 10%, it's literally a coin flip. It's 50-50 that you will not get the character that you want. That's why you need to have saved enough rolls to get 5-star twice. In the worst case scenario, you need 140 rolls to guarantee the character that you want.
So you could see at this point, now you shifted the goalpost. I was all about pulls. I've already made the point. I agree. Gacha games should put out roadmaps of what kind of characters there are and what you need to like farm for them. I already agree with that. But when it comes to pulls, actual pulls, like actual physical pulls, actual spending like astrites, guess what? You don't have to pull minute one.
So your point is, first of all, the first half, yes, I'm pretty sure if you Gacha games provided a whole roadmap of every character that's gonna come out, sure, that's great. That's the same thing as leaks. That's the same thing as leak. It's exactly the same thing. Who cares if they put out officially every character, a roadmap of every character that's gonna come out? It's the same thing that leakers are doing already. It's like they're gonna be doing the same job the leakers are doing right now. So I don't know what the problem with the leaks are. If you want that kind of option, if you think that kind of option for them to put out an official roadmap of every character that's gonna come out, if that's a good thing, then I don't know what's the problem with the leaks, because the leakers are doing the exact same thing. And second of all, yes, you don't have to pull them as on day one of the banner, but guess what? If you're at 0 rolls, even if you wait till the last second of the banner, you still might not get them. Because if you start saving on the release date, you're not gonna have enough to actually guarantee them. That's the whole problem.
You can wait to pull, you realize that, right?
Do you not understand that 20 days is not enough to guarantee a character if you have 0 rolls? Even if you have 30 rolls already and the character comes out and you wait full 20 days till the last second of their banner and you farmed everything, cleared everything, even then it's not guaranteed. You're not gonna have enough rolls.
Pre-farm materials, sure, I get. Character types, I get. But no one's forcing you to pull minute one. No one.
Actually, it's the opposite. I don't care about pre-farming. I can farm whenever I want. Once I have the character, the flowers are not going anywhere. I can pick up the flowers whenever I want. I can pick 5 flowers today and another 10 flowers 2 months from now. It's not going anywhere. You know what's going away? The fucking character banner. So the astrites, the actual rolls, is what's important. The materials are not going anywhere. Once you have the character, you can farm them at your own pace. But the actual currency to get the character, that's the limited resource you should be focusing on and planning accordingly in advance.
No one. Apart from you.
And clearly a lot of people care about it. That's why it's an issue, and that's why majority of people enjoy the leaks and spread them and get hyped about the game.
From you. You know what I mean? You can still save. Even if you're right and first impression is ruined, it's worth the preparation. What do you prepare? Like, okay. 20 days is not enough to pull. Oh my god, Corvine. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's do some math. Let's do some like math on this one, right? Let's do some math, okay? You lose 50-50, you do 140 rounds. Okay! It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter. Do you want to tell you why it doesn't matter? Do I tell you why that doesn't matter? Right? Do I tell you why that doesn't matter? Okay. You could still get the same amount of pulls, regardless of the time period, right? And you don't have to pull minute 1 on a character. It's 210 rolls. Yes, I would not have gotten the characters I have if I didn't know the leaks. Simple as that. Listen.
Have every 5-star except Gian as free-to-play. What's your point? My point is that you got lucky. I mean, what? Yes, that's luck. Believe it or not, there's a guy who has every 5-star and Gian. Unlike you, loser. You know why they got lucky? They got slightly more lucky than you did. But you getting lucky and that guy getting lucky does not mean that every regular person will get lucky. You don't make plans based on luck. You make plans based on the worst case scenario. That's how smart people prepare for shit. They think about, hey, what's the worst case scenario? And I'm gonna be ready for that. So in case I get lucky, I will not lose anything. If anything, I will be more prepared and I will have leftovers. For example, if you save enough to guarantee a character and you get them in first 30 polls, then guess what? You just have 110 rolls left over. That's great. Nothing got hurt. You only benefit from it. Being overly prepared only will benefit you in the long run.
I could agree with having a roadmap of characters, but I don't agree with leaking their full kits, their full animations, everything about them.
Kit is a huge part of whether or not a person would like a character or not. They might like the design, but the kit is something they cannot stand. For example, if I know there's a gun user coming out and they are a main DPS, and I think, hey, I don't like gun users as main DPSs. And then I find out, because of the leaks of the kit, that gameplay style is completely different than what I expected based on the existing gun users, and it's a completely unique experience that does not have the same problems as the other gun users have, then that might help me decide that, hey, this is not what I expected. I like the design, I want to roll for them. I found out they're a gun user main DPS, I don't want to roll for them anymore. Then I saw the kit, and the gameplay is not what I expected. It's actually something I enjoy. Therefore, now that helped me decide even more, that now I actually want to roll for them. Knowing as much information as possible will only help your decision making. How is this not clear?
That ruins their magic and kind of the fun of gacha games and the hype of them being released.
That's very subjective. Like, what can I say? It's very subjective. You know what's not enjoyable? Not getting the character. That's a terrible experience.
That's it. I don't know why you shift the goalpost to something completely different.
I think I shifted anything. This is the whole, all of these are reasons supporting the leaks.
I have every 5-star except Geo is free to play, so your point is the answer. Because I skipped the current character banner because I knew something better was coming out. We don't even know if they're going to be like genuinely better.
What do you mean by better? Like, that's not an argument against what I just said. Like, what do you mean we don't know? What do you mean we don't know? If I see something that I know they're better for whatever reason, whether it's for gameplay, the power, or the looks, if they are better than what's currently available, then I consider that to be better, therefore I want that more.
Magic is making the perfect team comp. Okay, I'm done with this conversation. Okay, whatever, dude. Yeah, sure, whatever. Leaks are really great for the community and for everybody, and they definitely don't ruin hype. It's great. Yep, it's so good. Yeah, you're right, Corvine. That's so good. You're so good. I think it's the fact you have to decide whether to pull the current active banner or pull the next banner. That I understand. Again, I've said multiple times. Pre-farm materials, I could understand that, right? Pre-farm materials, I get.
What to do with pre-farm? The guy was saying whether or not I should spend my rolls on the current character or save them to roll on the next character so I actually guarantee them. That's what he was saying. What does it have to do with pre-farming? It's about managing the resource to acquire the character.
I have every 5 stars at Gion. My man out here flexes luck. For people who want to min-max, it's great. Sure, if you want to min-max a fucking gacha game, go for it, brother. Go for it. Do what you want to do, bro. If gachas mean that much to you, man, whatever.
Yeah, that's a weird shade. Like, what? Why are you shaming someone else's enjoyment of a game? If someone enjoys min-maxing a video game, then that's what they enjoy. Like, why are you fucking trying to high horse this situation? It's like, oh, you min-max, you fucking loser? I only pull for looks. That's what I value. You value min-maxing a fucking gacha game? What a loser. I bet you haven't touched a woman before. Wow. What? Now we're fucking shaming the way other people enjoy a video game?
People even pull for characters if all they do is wait for leaks to find out if a character's better comes out. I don't know, bro. It's just... Yep. I just whatever, bro. I went to... Do you know... Thanks for the content. Let's never meet again. Yep. The League defenders are ill, all literally min-maxing to have the strongest account, which is so hilarious because who cares? It's a fucking gacha game! It's a gacha game. I pull for who...
So what are you talking about? Yes, people enjoy that. People enjoy theory crafting. People enjoy having strong team comps. People enjoy speedrunning the Tower of Adversity. They enjoy that stuff. They want to do big damage. They want to do optimal damage. They want to min-max. That's why they enjoy. People do that. Not everyone enjoys that, sure, but a lot of people do. Wuthering Waves became so popular because it's a game, it's a gacha game that has a lot of skill expression. It's not like Genshin where you press 1 EQ, 2 EQ, 3 EQ, 4 EQ, 1 EQ. You just do this over and over again. It actually requires some skill. It requires dodging, parrying, cancellation of abilities, canceling the animations and swapping back, knowledge of what buffs to use when. All this shit it's a complex game, okay? It's more complex than fucking Genshin, an average gacha game. That's why it became a competitor. That's why it's so popular. It's ironic to me that a Wuthering Waves content creator is playing a game which became popular because of its complex mechanics and playstyle, shaming someone who takes the game a bit mechanically serious. What?
Looks good. I pull for just who looks good. It's whatever. No need to be so passive aggressive. No, I will. No, I will. I will be passive aggressive.
First, she was shitting on a guy for being slightly dickish. The guy was just being passive aggressive. That's why I even said this, because the other guy was being passive aggressive, and she just fucking roasted that guy on the cross in front of her whole chat for being rude. But now when she's doing it, you know what? She's had enough. She has gained the right to be passive aggressive. So you know what? She will be passive aggressive right now. Holy shit, man.
People get satisfaction in different ways. Sure. Okay. Okay, and like
and nothing. You just said a really stupid fucking shitty thing and I called you out. That's it.
What? Brother's defending leaks like crazy. Like it's just whatever. Meta slaves are miserable. If you're a meta slave, it's fine. I don't think you're miserable. You can have enjoyment from doing that, but I just don't care. You play the same gacha game. I don't know why you try to be on.
It's not a fucking meta slave. If my favorite character is a Spectral main DPS, then I want a Spectral support who buffs their damage, or I want like a hybrid carry who buffs Spectral damage. So if there's a character that's coming out that buffs my character that I love, then I would want that character because I want my favorite character, to be as strong as possible. That's a thing that people do. Yes, a lot of people do that. When they have a favorite character, they want to invest into them as much as possible and build a team that best suits them. It's investing into what you like.
High horse. Oh my. All I'm saying, and people talking about, I don't care if you min-max. Try and be on a high horse. I'm not on a fucking high horse. I'm purely saying people just don't like to see leaks on their timeline. And the fact that there are people that are like, actually, it's really great to see character animation on the timeline, actually. It's just like a weird thing to have.
And she's not saying that it's bad to see on timeline. She's saying that, but she's also saying that the solution to that is just not have leaks at all. Like, that's her solution. Her solution has nothing to do with the people who actually share and spread those leaks. Her issue is with the leakers themselves. Do you understand? So her solution does not benefit me or anyone else who plays these games, because it robs them from choice. It robs them from planning. If her solution has to do with something that stops people spreading the leaks so much, so it doesn't end up on random profiles, so you're not randomly exposed to them, then sure, let's hear that out. Let's hear her solution. I will support leaks not being so spread out. Sure. Her problem is with the leaks existing in the first place, which I don't agree with. I think leaks should exist.
It's not better or worth you pulling for looks. I don't care. Some people like experiencing the game in the way that it was meant to be intended for too. Some people like the idea of like not having to get every character. It's part of a gacha game. It is what it is. Ali Bro's mum's OnlyFans. You literally said this guy been matching gacha game as an insult, so you do care. That was a fucking joke, bro. The whole thing of min-maxing gacha game wahaha is a thing since fucking time. I don't care if you do or not. It's just funny. It's just funny people min-max gacha games. Do I care? No, do what you want. I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny. You can have your enjoyment, but don't other people's enjoyment. Yeah, I agree. People have enjoyment different ways. Min-maxing a Boba doesn't require leaks. Scooters win every time. Exactly, man. Exactly. You know, so I think the people that are on the high horse is like the leakers, the leak defenders who are like, actually, leaking character animations in the drip marketing really early, and the character models is actually like really good and based. To me, it's funny.
Yes, it is. It is, actually, yes. I explained many times why. I'm gonna say it again. Because it helps you understand the character fully better and helps you decide whether or not you wish to have them. And if you do wish to have them, then you will plan your savings accordingly.
being upset about seeing leaks.
Yeah, when she said that, it's funny that people mean Max. It's just funny to me. Yeah, and it's funny to me that you're so upset about leaks existing. It's funny to me that you can't just scroll past the post you see on Twitter. So what if you see a 2-second animation into a 3-minute video? So what? And then she bans me.
I'm done. I'm just done. I just can't be asked. I just can't be asked. I genuinely just can't. Anyone else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? I don't care. If you go and look at leaks, go. I don't care. Just don't share them in public fucking spaces all the time. It's so annoying.
And I'm not doing that. I don't know. I'm not leaking and I'm not sharing them either. I just know leaks exist. I like leaks exist and I go find them when I need to. Like I'm not the problem. I'm not the guy she's fighting. Like I'm not the cause for her issues. She's not talking about the people. She's not blaming the people who share the leaks. She's blaming the leakers themselves.
It's so dumb. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. My retard.
Again, reminder, she roasted the fucking guy for being slightly passive aggressive. Meanwhile, she allows this kind of behavior in the chat and just, you know, reads it out loud. It's just, I hate the hypocrisy. I hate the hypocrisy. It's just either have a standard or don't.
To me, what gets me, right? What makes me like not upset, but I get me frustrated is that a lot of these leak defenders, this is my main reason for not liking this, right? Leak defenders will come in and they just have a lack of empathy and consideration for other people.
You know what's the biggest lack of empathy is? Your lack of empathy to understand someone else's financial status. Like, do you understand that the person who's not spending money on a video game, but they are invested enough where they want to have the character they like and they play every day, they need as much help as possible? Do you understand that? Do you understand that you disallowing leaks and just, let's say she had the power to just click a button and no more leaks ever again. What happens? People who want characters, they didn't know they wanted because they didn't see it coming. They see a trailer drop, they have no roles, they miss out on the character, or they're forced to buy with real money or wait for months. How is that not sympathetic? That people will either be forced to spend their hard-earned money on a video game, hundreds by the way, hundreds of dollars, or they're forced to wait for months for a rerun, when they could have just avoided all of it by seeing a leak and just saving for 2 months and getting the character they want. Who's more sympathetical? A guy who misses out on their favorite character or they're forced to spend money? Or someone who's like, oh no, I saw a 2-second clip on Twitter, therefore my first impression is ruined. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't think these are equivalent. Your first impression being ruined slightly and some guy spending $100 on a character they would have avoided spending on if they knew about the leaks is not the same. I don't think it's equivalent.
They care about their own satisfaction and they don't think about other people's.
Literally thinking about the other people right now. That's literally what I'm saying. And I'm part of those people, that's why. I don't want to spend hundreds of fucking dollars on a gacha game. Therefore, leaks help me massively. I have all the time in the world to save up for the characters I actually want and avoid the ones I do not want, because I have 2 months to plan that shit out because of the leaks. I gain huge benefits from this. It's huge for people like me and others who don't like spending, who are not whales, for free-to-plays, who want to have the characters they actually want to have.
And that's really what I have a problem with. That's it. That's really what I have a problem with.
Anyway, I just demonstrated why her problem is actually fucked. Like, that's actually fucked. It's complete opposite of what I'm actually saying. And her side is actually worse for most people who actually want to play this game without being preyed on. So anyway, at this point she banned me, so I leave the conversation. There's nothing for me to do, so I'm gonna stop the video here. So yeah, I mean, if you watch the whole thing, let me know what you think. This is not a comeback. This was just a funny thing that happened, so I just wanted to post it. Because why not? Because I'm playing WoW right now. That's #1 gacha game that I'm playing. And I think it's a conversation to be had. Since there are people who are against leaks, then we should discuss why and whether or not it's actually a problem. And if it's a problem, how big of a problem is it really? And if you put all these things on a scale, if you compare who benefits from the leaks and how much they benefit from the leaks, and how much people don't benefit from the leaks and actually get hurt by the leaks. If you compare the reasons of why and how often that happens, and if you scale them, which one will tip more? That's all I gotta say right now. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time, I guess, whenever that might be. Have a good one. Bye.